Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm switching things up yet again, as per usual, talking about my investment portfolio. I'm going to go in depth in regards to actually what do I invest in specifically and what I believe you guys should invest in. And just as a disclaimer, this isn't financial advice. I have to say that, everyone says it. I'm not a financial advisor, but I thought it would be an interesting video to make nonetheless, so you guys can sort of gather your own thoughts on whether you think certain things might be worth your time based on what I'm saying, or maybe you're just interested in what I do. So without further ado, I invest into quite a dynamic, broad array of things, from cryptocurrencies to actually just stocks themselves amongst physical assets, which I wish I had more money to invest in, to be honest. Is like the watch market right now is absolutely on fire, and I'd love to just go and drop like multiple thousands on a watch knowing that I'm going to see grands in profit later down the line. However, the things that I invest in on a more regular basis are things like cryptocurrencies. So I do invest into crypto. Now, what exactly do I invest in terms of cryptocurrencies? Well, I invest in cryptos such as XRP, such as Ethereum, Cardano, VeChain, Zilliqa, all of those sorts of things. I've got quite a fair amount into XRP. Now, I know XRP is quite a controversial one because there are a lot of people out there who believe XRP is just gonna sort of lose value, and they think, you know, they've had it with this court case that they're currently having to deal with. However, I'm sort of against those thoughts. I believe XRP is going to flourish because I think it's the coin that banks are going to adopt. And as soon as that happens and it comes into light and XRP gets through this court case, which I believe they will. It's a very, very long case that they're having to put up with, but I think when they get through the other side of it and there's light at the end of the tunnel, which I'm more than confident there will be, we are going to see a massive spike in the price of XRP. Now, I have to say as well, obviously we are in quite a crash at the moment. Stocks are down, crypto's down, everything's down, fuel prices are up, cost of living has gone up, everything is insane. We're going through, I'd say, probably one of the biggest crashes or financial evolutions that we've seen in quite a long time. And that is also why I believe, and other people have said this, it is crucial right now to get your thinking cap on and try and become successful. Try and break above the full sort of financially free line. Now, there's a great YouTuber who talks about the FF line, the financial freedom line, and that YouTuber is Sebastian Georgiou. I think I probably butchered his surname there. I'm so sorry if you're watching this video. However, I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description below. Please go and check him out. He is really, really, really intelligent, and he does know what he's talking about. He's built multiple sources of income for himself, and I think he's just an all-around smart guy for sort of financial advice. But then he'd probably turn around and say he's not a financial advisor himself either. So he's a great person to watch if you sort of want to take on board some new ideas and tips and expand your knowledge, so to speak. So yeah, as I was saying, I invest a lot into XRP. I really do believe that coin is going to pull through in the end. As I said, we are in a crash at the moment, but I believe when things start to pick up, you know, as soon as Bitcoin goes back up again, I've noticed this sort of trend where other cryptos tend to follow suit. So, you know, generally speaking, when the crypto market itself starts to raise in value once more, all the sort of altcoins and other coins under that sort of umbrella, if you can call it that, will start to shoot up as well. Obviously, you know, that's not guaranteed for every coin. You have to be so careful in terms of what you actually invest in, because there are so many coins out there and it's so easy to go and create your own crypto. I believe you should invest into something that actually has a purpose, and that is why it's so important to do your research. If you want to go and invest into a cryptocurrency, go and actually research what that coin does. Go and research its benefits, go and research the negatives of that coin, etc. You know, it's very, very important to understand what you're investing in. Don't just go and blindly invest your money. That's a big no-no. So as I said earlier as well, I do actually invest into stocks themselves, mainly companies that pay dividends, such as Johnson & Johnson's. The S&P 500 is another really sort of safe one to invest in. You know, you don't see major returns depending on how much you're investing in, of course, but the returns are nonetheless decent. You know, annually you'll sort of see around 10%, so that is pretty good, and generally, you know, every year it's been pretty safe to invest in. Of course, I invest in companies such as Tesla, as you know, I think their price is only just going to go up, especially as we're in the generation at the moment of adopting the electric vehicle. You know, this whole electric concept is still fairly new, and we're still using a lot of gasoline vehicles as of right now. But I truly believe, you know, sometime in the future, sad to say, but I don't believe gasoline vehicles are necessarily going to be a thing anymore, which breaks my heart as I'm such a petrol head. But you know, time will tell at the end of the day. So yeah, there's a few things that I invest into. However, I am more sort of strictly into crypto than I am into stocks. I spend a lot more time researching cryptocurrencies than I do stocks. So there are a couple things that you can invest in. However, do your research in terms of the specific company that you're going to invest in if you're investing in stocks, and do your research on the specific cryptocurrency that you're going to or want to invest in if you're thinking about investing into cryptocurrency. Now, if you're actually already an investor yourself, please let me know what things you invest in. Let's start a sort of conversation in the comment section down below. You know, I think it would be really great for like-minded, motivated people to sort of get together, share their ideas, and I think that would be really good. I think that's one thing about today's generation, is that we're very private. We don't like speaking about what we're doing, or we sort of like to work in silence, and we get jealous of others, and you know, you then feel like you need to keep things to yourself, because sometimes it's bitterness, it creates bitterness, and there's some people out there who don't even want to see other people succeed, which is, it's very sad. So let's sort of get together as a community, talk about what you like doing, talk about what you like to invest in, what businesses maybe you're thinking about starting, what you want to do in the future. Let's just get together, talk about our passions, and yeah, make a community out of it, because I think it's really important to network with like-minded individuals. You know, there's a saying out there that your net worth is your network, so there you go, or your network is your net worth. So anyway, as I said, yeah, those are just two things I invest in: stocks and cryptos. However, I also invest into assets. Now, what assets do I invest in? Well, I guess cars is one asset. You know, you can go and invest into a car hoping that the value of that car will increase over time. And now that's quite a hard thing to achieve, because it's usually only the limited models that do raise in value. But you can go and buy cars, you can go and do them up, etc., and then go and sell them for a profit. So that's one thing that you can take into consideration. Clothing is another thing. You know, I've invested into a few sort of limited items, shall we say, that I believe over time are going to raise in value, and it's just nice to hold on to those things for if the time comes and I do want to sell them, then, you know, I'm pretty confident that I'll make, you know, a somewhat decent profit on those garments, on those items that I've purchased. A lot of you will know that I'm a musician, so obviously I invest into a lot of music equipment. I've got a couple of guitars that are also quite limited, and, you know, when the time comes again, if I ever do wish to sell them, if I maintain them and make sure they're in good condition, I do believe that I'll see some decent money through those as well. But those are just a couple of examples of assets that you can purchase. Obviously, as I said earlier at the beginning of the video, the watch market is super hot right now, and sort of if I had the money to go and invest consistently into watches to sort of see good returns from, then I absolutely would. But again, it's also something that I don't know enough about right now to do so, but I know that people are killing it in that industry. But if I wanted to take the time out to go and research it, etc., then, you know, I probably would, and I probably should, to be honest. So Axel, watch this video back and maybe go do some more research on watches. It's probably also worth mentioning, just aside from investments, I also make some passive income from things like, well, YouTube, creating content. You know, it's not a great amount. You know, I get paid from Google AdSense from the adverts that are put on videos. I get paid royalties from streams from my music, and I believe that that is a certain type of passive income. Now, I watched an interesting video yesterday where someone was sort of debunking this whole passive income thing, saying nothing is truly passive, which is absolutely true, because in order, say for example, for me to go and get paid from music, I need to take a massive time away from everything else to go and create that music in the first place, especially if I'm working on a full-length album. You know, that's a serious amount of time. So then you're taking that risk in the first place, you know? You're taking time out, you're sort of closing yourself off from other sources of income, other lines of work, things that you might, usually do in your daily routine, and you're investing a hell of a lot of time into making an album, sometimes months, sometimes even years, but then the reward is at the end, and you sort of get paid after. And the bigger you get and the more streams you get, it's sort of like a snowball effect, and it's only going to multiply from there. Same with YouTube videos. The more YouTube videos you make, the more subscribers you accumulate, the more you're sort of going to earn, unless, say, you become completely irrelevant, like someone like me who doesn't get, hundreds of thousands of views on a video. But, I still earn a little bit of something, and I believe every little bit counts. It adds to that sort of income stream, that portfolio career that I, as an individual, am trying to build for myself. I'm trying to build a portfolio career. I'm trying to expand my network, my net worth, and sort of pull in different sources of income from multiple different things and industries. And a lot of people will say, oh well, you should only really be focusing on one thing. If you really want to be so successful at that one specific thing, then you need to devote all your time to that one specific thing. But I have always been a believer that you can sort of devote time to multiple things and be passionate about them all, and find enough time to dedicate enough time to all those things to at least make a success of multiple things and not just one thing. And that's how you build sort of multiple income streams, for example. I hope I've sort of touched a little bit more upon what I actually invest in, how I make my money. I know I've done a video on what I do for a living, and that talks about my videography, which is another business. I film for different clients. That, however, I wouldn't say is really a form of passive income. That is more active income, because I get paid for the shoots I do. I have to go out. That's more like working a job. You're going out, you're providing a service, and then you're getting paid after. However, if I went and started my own digital marketing agency or my own content creation agency and employed other people, then maybe that can start becoming more along the lines of a passive income, if I can take a step back myself from what I'm actually having to actively do, if that makes sense. But there's a couple of things to think about. I don't want to ramble on too much for this video. I just sort of wanted to touch upon the different things that I invest in and the different things that I do. If you'd like to see a video in more detail on maybe one of the things I've talked about in this video, like crypto, for example, or stocks, or my videography business, or my music, then please let me know. I'll be sure to take that into account. I know this is something different to what I usually do on my channel, but I like switching it up every now and then, and you guys hopefully should know that by now. Anyway, as I said, let me know in the comments what you're investing in. Let me know in the comments what you do for a living, what you want to be doing, what your passion is, and let's get a discussion going. And I'll see you for the next video, guys. Take care. Peace.